Zach Riley from The Advocate. Welcome to LSU.
Thank you.
I was curious about what were your interactions with Jay when he was recruiting your brother way back when?
Yeah, I have a bunch of funny stories. I really wanted to play at U of A. It was my dream school just because I went on all the visits with my brother. So I went on his unofficial visit, and we were at Fleming's, the steakhouse, I don't know why I was sitting in between Coach Johnson and Nick, but I was, and Nick was like, they were talking about his swing the whole night, obviously, because he was really good. And Coach Johnson wanted him really bad. And Nick was like, what about my brother? Like, what's it going to take to get him to come to U of A? And Coach tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, this is when I was a freshman. He tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, you got a lot of work to do. So I mean, obviously I worked hard and got in the cages with my brothers, and I've had great coaches my whole career. But yeah, so it was awesome being recruited by him, and he was my first phone call when I got in the portal. So that was pretty cool.
Hey, Zach, just being around you guys this fall, it seems like you've already got rapport with, everybody on the team. Just how has that process been, acclimating to living here and then meeting all these new guys?
Yeah, I've loved every second. Every person, every one of my teammates, every coach has been nothing but welcoming, and it couldn't have been a better fall, like, in that aspect. We do stuff off the field every single day. We go, everyone in our group chat's invited to every single thing we do. I think our dynamic is really good, and excited to get going in February. I think we got a lot to show this year.
Yeah, hey Zach, just in your conversations with Coach and I guess the ways that you could develop here, just what were some of the sticking points that stood out to you, and then just how in your first several months here do you think you've attacked that and improved in your game?
Yeah, I've had multiple conversations with Coach. He's really good about meeting with all of us and telling us exactly what we need to work on. The main thing that he tells me is just be myself. He tells me just go have quality at bats, and at a place like Grand Canyon, obviously we're a great program. We used to get little courtesy or critiqued on our competition that we would play in our conference. So obviously coming here, it's a little bit different. Every arm is the best arm I've seen in college. So inter squads in the first live at bats were pretty tough for me, but once inter squad started, I kind of settled in, and he kind of noticed when we put a lot of emphasis on moving the offense and doing jobs like runner on second, nobody out, and getting him over, I would get away from my approach and swing early and get myself out. And he sat me down and was just like, look, be yourself. Every situation, he said, you're good enough to play here. And he's just preached be myself, and I'm going to keep that going.
Kind of to that regard, obviously replacing Jared Jones, replacing however you want to, view that term, I guess. Just, have you had any conversations with Jared, and what are your thoughts on kind of trying to be the big bat, I guess, in this lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Bear. He's been around the last couple weeks. He was at the Chief and Jamie World Series there. I like him. He's a good dude. He's been nothing but nice to me. As far as replacing him, I'm not really trying to replace him. Obviously, I think he's the home run leader here, right? Like, that's tough to replace. So just going to try to be myself and help my team win as much as I can.
Jay talked about when you guys were in Biloxi playing that, I don't want to say laid back, but it was a little bit of a laid back atmosphere. You guys watching Game 7 of the World Series, playing poker. You've played a lot of baseball. You've played through the ebbs and flows of a season. How important is it, that type of foundation, to kind of be set for when you guys do get to the season, to have that bond?
Yeah, I think it's super important, especially for, I would say, freshmen. Just going on a road trip and staying in a hotel with one other person is definitely different. I remember my first road trip and what not to do in hotel rooms or at hotels, and what is allowed at hotels. But I think it was super important. We had a great time. We were in that conference room, or the meeting room, that they let us have the whole weekend, pretty much every second we weren't at the field. Whether it was, like he said, we were playing poker or watching World Series. It was awesome. And I think it was really important to do that as a team, and especially the bus ride over there, playing bus games, and really just getting to know each other. So yeah, I think it was a good trip to get ready for the season, and I think that's exactly what it did. It's going to get us ready for road trips during the year.
When people watch you play, they probably think of your offense and your swing first, but Coach just talked about the defense, how they put a diamond on the ring for how well they played last year. And you made some nice plays, I thought, in Biloxi. How much has the defense been stressed to you and to the team this year?
Yeah, big time. I remember right when I committed, I got put into an infield group chat, and Coach Johnson texted within like 5 minutes of adding me into it and was like, make sure you guys are well conditioned. Like our infield work here is no joke, and he's not wrong. Like it's every day. It's nonstop repetition, and obviously that's why they were the best last year, and hopefully we'll be the best again this year.
Since that meeting at Fleming's, how have you improved, and what are some of the things that you've really grown with your game?
I would say, obviously I was very young when he said that, and he was joking. But I would say I've gotten a lot better since then. I've had great coaching my whole life. Been very lucky. So I think I would just credit all my coaches that I've gotten a lot better since then.
Some of the guys that are on the team now were here between 23 and 24 when they won the national championship and had to play the next season. Has there been any discussion from them about maybe what they did wrong that last time, or what the focus is this time, attacking the next national championship instead of reflecting on the previous one?
Yeah, from what I've heard is when they won it in 23, the 24 year wasn't the greatest. Obviously, they still made a regional and almost went to a super. But, yeah, so Coach Johnson talks about it all the time is last year's last year, and they've had really cool experiences going to the White House and all that stuff. But I think every one of the guys that was on last year's team is focused on this year too. Obviously, all the stuff that they're getting is really cool, their ring ceremony and all that. But I think they've done a good job of separating the two last year and this year, and really getting after it. And they're all wanting to win another one. Derek Curiel's texting in our group chat every day like, let's get it back to back. So I think we're all focused on getting another one.
Hey, Zach, Corey Diaz with the Daily Advertiser. When you're a transfer, you're coming into a new program, obviously spent 3 years at Grand Canyon. I guess what do you expect from yourself from a dynamic standpoint within the team? Like, do you feel like you can come in and have a voice because you've played college baseball for a few years? Like, or is it you kind of take a step back for a few weeks and just kind of let the guys who've been here, like, how do you just sort of approach that?
Yeah, I think for some people it may be a little bit more difficult than it is for me. I'm a very loud and outgoing person, and and credit to the guys that were here over the summer, because when I committed, I came out here and started working out and getting acclimated a little bit, and we were all hanging out within the first night I was here. So it was really easy for me to make friends, especially with how nice everyone is. But also, Coach Johnson told me in my first meeting, he was like, you're an older player, you've played a bunch of games, you've had a lot of at-bats, just be yourself and jump right in. He's like, no hesitation, like, if you want to say something to someone, say it. And so we've had a couple meetings on that, just being a voice and being a leader as best I can. So, yeah. But I think we're also a team that knows we're very well led by our coaching staff. So a lot of times they're saying what needs to be said. So it's not very hard on me or other guys that are older.
Bay Area guy, Giants fan too?
No, I'm an Angels fan. I'm from SoCal, but
Oh, okay.
I did high school in the Bay Area.
Oh, high school. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the farthest you ever hit a baseball? Do you know?
I hit one baseball, like in a game. One baseball I hit was 446 feet against Sam Houston my freshman year of college.
Was that at home or was that on the road?
That was at home.
That was at
Grand
home,
Canyon.
okay. Jay talked about just, obviously, people want to talk about your power and your numbers, but your bat-to-ball skills, your ability to adjust in situational baseball. Can you just kind of talk about when did that switch flip for you? That you were like, hey, I'm more than just a guy that can, drive one out of the ballpark. Was it in college? Was it high school? When did that flip for you, think?
Yeah, so I've always been a bigger guy, bigger, stronger guy, but my high school coach, Coach Brian Yorke at Archbishop Mitty, love him, still talk to him to this day. He was huge on opposite field line drives, two-strike hitting, quality at bats, and so from my freshman year, my sophomore year, I genuinely don't know how many times I pulled the ball in the air to right field. I had 1 home run my freshman year, maybe 3 my sophomore year, and then I started working with Zoots Baseball Club. It was my summer ball team out there, and Joe Betancourt is the hitting coach. He kind of taught all 3 of my 2 older brothers, all 3 of us, how to pull the ball in the air. So I kind of have always been good at slapping the ball the other way when I need to, and then in certain situations trying to do more to the pull side. But yeah, I feel like I learned how to hit for the whole field and have an approach before I learned how to hit for power, and I think I've just mixed them together. Yeah.
Last one.
You've done a really good job of getting on base pretty consistently throughout your collegiate career. What's been sort of the key to your patience at the plate and just your eye for the strike zone?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just think, I always had great coaching. I remember we would hit pinto beans with my hitting coach Joe Betancourt, and I think that's a big thing. And yeah, I've always understood that my skill set, I can manipulate the ball that I can hit. If I can't hit it, I don't swing at it. So, and usually it's a ball. So, yeah.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.